She's often been accused of playing it a little too safe with her fashion choices, sticking to a trusty uniform of tailored dresses, nude court shoes and clutch bags. And in an effort to make sure she never puts a foot wrong, fashion watchers have noticed how the Duchess of Cambridge is a huge proponent of going literal with her clothes. Literal dressing involves turning up at an event and taking the theme of the occasion very literally, such as turning up to a sailing event in a nautical blouse or at Wimbledon in tennis whites-inspired chic as Kate has done. How I view literally dressing, is that it is making an obvious statement with your clothes, stylist Rochelle White told Female. It is simply spelling things out and being self-explanatory. For example, if you're fair-haired and you're wearing a jumper with a simple slogan blonde, it's pointing out what you have, believe, or even who you are or how you're feeling. For Kate, I think it's a way to show her support for the event and make a statement in a subtle way. She is so highly respected that without saying anything, she can say a lot in what she chooses to wear. The Duchess showed off her literal dressing prowess in Warsaw yesterday by essentially stepping out in the colors of the Polish flag. Although her Alexander McQueen coat dress was plain white, it was no accident that she carried a red Jenny Packham clutch and even sourced new ruby jewelry add to her scarlet accents. Last week, Kate turned up at the Natural History Museum for the official reopening of the Hinds Hall, which has been newly adorned with the skeleton of a blue whale, where she gave an impassioned speech on her love of the ocean and marine life. And it was no surprise that she'd picked out a floaty blue dress for the aquatic-themed occasion. For her 2 visits to Wimbledon this year, she opted for white dresses to give a nod to the traditional garb of the players. And on day 1 she even took things a step further with the polka dots on her dress reminiscent of tennis balls. While it may have been the subtlest of nods, there was no mistaking the inference when she turned up at this year's Chelsea Flower Show in a green floral dress by Rocas. And another of her most obvious efforts was a visit to sailor Ben Ainsley's 1851 trust in Portsmouth in a nautical shirt and skirt. Even her sister Pippa is a fan of the trend, arriving at a British Heart Foundation event with a heart-shaped bag. She has had time to develop and tailor her style, so that it is fitting to all occasions and events, Rochelle said. She hasn't wanted to do it in a rush, and I think taking her time has really worked in favor. If you want to try literal dressing for yourself, Rochelle's advice is to keep it simple. I think the right level for literal dressing is just subtle appreciation to any event or occasion that you're attending, she said. You don't want to overdo it and make it too busy. This can be simply done by adding statement accessories such as shoes, bags, hats or jewelry. Keep it simple, effective and on trend.